Exercise order looks like a small programming detail until you see how much it changes performance. What you place first in a session gets the best energy, the freshest coordination, and the highest output. What you place later gets whatever is left. That means exercise order is not cosmetic, it is priority made visible. A lot of lifters build sessions by habit instead of purpose. They start with what is open, what they feel like doing, or what looks fun that day. Then they wonder why certain lifts never improve. If the movement you care about is always placed after fatigue, distraction, or junk volume, you are training it in a compromised state over and over again. The simplest rule is that the goal of the session goes first. If strength on the squat is the priority, squat early. If technical skill on the Olympic lifts matters most, those go before fatigue. If hypertrophy for a lagging muscle group is the mission, make sure that muscle is not already exhausted by everything that came before it. This does not mean the biggest lift always goes first in every circumstance. It means the highest priority adaptation should be trained when your body can give it the most honest effort. Sometimes that is a main lift. Sometimes it is a variation. Sometimes it is a specific quality like speed, power, or precision. Exercise order also changes movement quality. Heavy compound lifts usually require more attention, coordination, and bracing. They benefit from freshness. Accessories are often more forgiving and can tolerate some fatigue. That is why most sessions flow from high skill and high output work toward lower skill and more fatigue tolerant work. There is also an injury management side to this. If your joints need a few movements to feel ready, exercise order can help you prepare without sabotaging the main work. The mistake is letting preparation become pre-fatigue. Activation work should sharpen the target movement, not weaken it. For hypertrophy, exercise order can be used strategically. If a muscle group is lagging, moving it earlier can improve stimulus quality. If chest is the target, pressing first may be smarter than arriving there after shoulders and triceps are already cooked. If hamstrings need attention, placing a hinge or curl earlier can change the outcome of the session. For conditioning or circuit-based work, order shapes the limiter. Put grip-demanding work too early, and everything after becomes a hand problem. Put high-skill movements after breathing-intensive work and technique may collapse. The order decides what fatigue shows up first. Another useful concept is local versus systemic fatigue. Some exercises mainly tire the target muscles, others drain the whole system. Squats, deadlifts, heavy carries, and aggressive intervals create broad fatigue that affects what follows. Smaller isolation lifts create a narrower cost. If you put high systemic fatigue work too early without reason, the whole session can suffer. This is why random pre-exhaust approaches often backfire for people whose main goal is strength. If you fry the supporting muscles before the main lift stops being a clean strength exposure. That may have a place in certain bodybuilding contexts, but it should be a choice, not an accident. A practical template is simple. Start with the highest skill or highest priority movement. Follow with secondary compounds that support the goal. Then move to accessories that build muscle, correct weak links, or add volume. Finish with conditioning, carries, or low-risk work that can tolerate fatigue. If you want to know whether your exercise order is working, ask a hard question. Does the current order help the adaptation I say I care about most, or is it just familiar? If the answer is familiar, change it and watch what happens. Training is not only about what you include, it is about when each piece gets its chance. Exercise order decides where your best effort goes. Make sure it goes where it matters.